psychology going on already in this game, because Allister could have just played a safety or something and started the next game, but wanted to get his arm going again.
15.
Nothing wrong with that.
He's trying to help the ref get the balls out of the pocket. Dropped him on the floor, but he made a great start. Great long red. Held for the black, made 81. Allister, who played so well yesterday, has made a good start here on quarterfinals day to lead Martin Gould 1-0. Frame 2, leading Martin Gould 1-0 at 81 break, did the damage there in the opener. Still first to 6, but tomorrow the semi-finals get underway. Semi-finals over 2 days, best to 17. A bit unusual these days that we have such long matches at that stage, but I think it's good to see, actually, with all the twists and turns you can get in a longer match. The final will be best of 19 on Sunday. Problem these days, the tour is so crammed with tournaments, you can't have longer format events, really, isn't there? Just not time to play them. Robbie Williams, having a great tournament, has won the first frame next door against Mark Selby.
Two full shot, playing the snooker, free in the black. I can't see Martin Gould leaving anything here, but Allister will have the safety advantage. Should be able to play a safety shot once he rolls into the pack. But Martin Gould can't this time round. Yeah, just a little bit pacey there. Yeah. And left a little tempter for Martin Gould. Good pot, and brought the cue ball back slightly to be right side of the blue. That added to the difficulty of the shot.
Well, Martin Gould is one of the most attacking players in the game. He's not frightened of taking them on. I suppose I did mention earlier he can be inconsistent. The problem is if his form isn't quite there and they're not going in, then he's obviously leaving chances.
Six. Seven.
Well, it's good to see him playing well again, that's for sure. Because as David said, he's a very attacking player, and once he gets in around the black area, he can be lethal. And look at that for an attacking shot. And he's okay. He's got the red over the pocket, or the one down the cushion.
$15.
Well, he could decide to touch into the reds here, miss the pink on the right. And if he wasn't on anything, he'd be on the red to the baulk corner. And that's exactly what he's played. Could have been nicer, but he's on the red to this right corner pocket. Yeah, I think he can see the red that's over the baulk corner, so I'm not sure if this is the right shot, because if he doesn't get on the colour, that red's going to be over the pocket still.
$21.
And now he's under a little bit of pressure. Not ideally on the pink. Made absolutely sure of the pot. Now maybe he'll have to take that red over the yellow pocket now.
28.
Too much topspin on the cue ball, which slowed it down when it hit the cushion.
Rainbow.
So just the safety.
Martin Gould. 28.
Martin Gould, a twice English amateur champion, the oldest tournament in snooker, first held in 1916. Celebrated its centenary last year. Not quite sure what that was, some flying visitor. Yeah, and the second time he won it, 2007, so 10 years ago now, he won 8-7 in the final against David Lilly. Went to the last black, Lilly went in off. Pretty agonising way to lose. But that tournament's been won by so many players who've gone on to have great professional careers. And in fact, the current champion, Billy Castle, we saw reach the last 16 of the European Masters last month in his debut season. Oh.
Yeah, he could be getting a little shock off the table. I remember Graham Dott having the same problem one year.
The Crucible, yeah. They ended up spraying the carpet with water. Oh dear. Well, that's a bit of a shock as well, that shot.
Wow. I'm not even sure what he played at.
Yeah, I wondered at first if there was like sort of flies or something, but I think you're right. It might be it's like static or something. He was hoping to produce electrifying snooker today, but not literally.
And by playing for this red to the left corner, makes it easier to get to the black.
Seven. $14.
And when he takes this red, black could be available to both pockets.
15.
He could have played that one better. I think he's going to be hampered
22.
slightly. He preferred not to have been hampered. Yeah, and it made a difference.
22.
That easy positional shot from black to red. I mean, he should still have got it, that's for certain. But he couldn't get close to the black. He had to drop it in. It is, yeah. He can't help it.
Well, he's getting, again, some sort of static reaction. Referee isn't, by the looks of it. Just Martin. Ali Carter wasn't getting them. It's obviously on his mind, though.
14.
20 points in the game. If he takes 3 reds, 3 blacks, there'd be 44 points in the game.
15.
I just wonder if he's worked it out, because it makes a big difference. He's going to need one of those 2 reds by the pink now.
$23.
And this is tough now. 31 points, the lead. That's a great shot. That's a great shot with the rest.
26.
And it's just run a little too far to be able to pot the black and play the cannon. He deserved better. Now, is it worthwhile potting the black or pushing a colour safe? I'd probably play the blue to the side cushion. The 7 points doesn't make any difference, really. Just needs 1 red now. He has got some insurance with the green.
Martin gold. 33.
Yeah, just got to be careful here. If he goes for one of these reds and gets close to it, it could stay over the pocket. So another half chance. Concentrating on the cue ball back to the baulk cushion.
Mark Selby's levelled up with Robbie Williams, 1 apiece on table 1. And the second session is going to be great later on. Judd Trump against Mark Allen, John Higgins against Yan Bing Tao. 2 cracking matches to look forward to. And what Joe said earlier on is definitely right. That because there's so many more tournaments, more opportunities, we do see more players now contending for these titles. Well, they all know there's opportunities there to really change your life if you can win one of these top prizes, 150,000 in 1 week.
Yeah, and climb right up the rankings. That was a chance.
that Carter stole from similar positions yesterday against Sean Murphy, which made a big difference in that match. Got him from 2 each to leading 4-2, in fact.
Yeah, you see, the 7 points that he took, it doesn't mean anything. He'd have still needed a red and probably would have got a colour with it. But had he put a colour safe?
Nine.
Well, just came a little too far. I'm pretty sure he played for the brown there. And he's got an easy blue, but it's risky playing onto the yellow. Although if he makes sure he's the right side of the yellow, could play with the rest, get the green out. Yeah, a little bit further would have been nice.
14.
The green is on to the middle if he can drop right behind it.
16.
Played for the double. Now, can he make this double? He'd be on the brown. Oh, round the pocket.
Ali Carter. 16.
And not a good kiss. Didn't get away with it. He took the risk.
Gould needs the green, and Carter will need a snooker.
3.
Well, he'll be very relieved, to say the least. Could easily have lost that frame. Carter a little unfortunate, really, where it all finished up after missing the double.
7.
He's still getting these shocks.
Yep. It's getting to the stage where he's expecting it.
Maybe we'll have to play in rubber gloves. So despite all of that going on, Martin Gould wins the frame. Still getting these static reactions, but anyways, like I say, he's won the frame. It was the missed double from Carter in the end that made the difference there, and we're level here in Darching. 1 frame apiece. Remember, it's best of 11, so first to 6 to reach the semi-finals of the International Championship.
Always keep you rolling. So why wait? Breakdown membership from £39 a year. Search AA Winter today. The AA, because anything can happen.
Welcome back to Darching, quarter-finals day here at the International Championship. Mark Selby and Robbie Williams won apiece, and as we know, Ali Carter, Martin Gould won apiece. Gould winning that frame eventually on the green after Carter had attempted the double and missed it, left it on. Gould just struggling with a few sort of electric shocks on the table. As we said earlier, having the Graham Dot a couple of years back at the Crucible, and the way they sort of sorted it out was they sprayed the carpet with water, and for whatever reason that seemed to sort it all out, but no sign of anyone doing that here yet. Now then, as I say, we've had a lot of centuries here, 64 of them, including, of course, the 147 from Karen Wilson. You can see there all the breaks that Judd Trump has had. He really has been knocking them in this week. 8 centuries in total in the tournament. Neil Robertson as well, made 6, but he's already on his way home after Robbie Williams beat him yesterday. But so many players now knocking in the big breaks. And on we go. Martin O'Donnell had 3 yesterday against Mark Allen, still lost 6-5. Allen had a couple himself. So real high quality snooker being played in this tournament. So Martin Gould has levelled up, one apiece. This is frame 3 of a possible 11. The tour moves on next week to the Champions event in Coventry, but of course this is still a qualifying event for that. So if either of these two players won this event, then they'd be in that event next week, which is a very lucrative tournament. And then after that, it's back to China for the Shanghai Masters. Immediately after that, that'll be live on Eurosport from the 13th of November.
Touch and go.
Yeah, sat ready in the balk area, stopping the conventional safety plate. So it's going to be down this end for a while. Needed to be harder. That cue ball should have been on the cushion. Might just be tempted here by this red to the middle. That could have been a costly safety error, Martin Gould. Oh, that's better. And that gives Martin something to think about. Forced into taking the red on. And he took the risk, and now he's got to wait and see what the damage is going to be.
Ali Carter, the winner of 4 world ranking titles, including 2 here in China, Shanghai Masters 7 years ago, World Open last season. He didn't defend that title, didn't choose to enter the tournament. I think one of the issues with Ali, of course, he still has Crohn's disease, and diet is very important, and can't always get the food that he needs. Doesn't play in every tournament, but he looks really well, which is great. You know, he's had a lot of health problems, we know that, serious health problems, but he looks after himself. He's always been a doer. He's always been...
Six. 27.
So the last D's red, apart from that one in the balk area. So probably we're looking for an angle on the black or the blue to give the reds a nudge. Looking at the pink also, but a little bit risky, that one. Although if he could play on the pink low, he'd be able to play for the red next to it. So always interesting to see which ball the player chooses.
33.
Now if he can see the pink, that's just about where he wants to be to play onto the red. It's got the angle on the black to go into them. So it's the black. Well, he's got a chance at the red in the balk area, and there may be one. There may be one in the middle of the pack, but he'd have been down on the shot. Not easy. And a chance now
Alicard.
for Martin Gould. Choice of reds.
He plays quite a high-stakes game, Martin Gould, which I guess is appropriate for someone who used to be a casino croupier. He goes for a lot, and if they don't go in, obviously he can't control what his opponent does, but he's back at the table here with a good chance.
Yeah, again, that's a good point, because you don't always pay the price for being positive. You do sometimes, but not always, and by being positive with that red in the middle earlier. He gave Allister a chance, and he's got one himself now. Although you've got to say that Ali was unfortunate to have gone into the pack and not finished on an easier red than that one in the balk area.
Eleven.
I wasn't sure if it was in.
11.
So Allister straight back to the table. Could play this cushion first.
One. Eight.
Found the gap nicely between the colours.
9.
And that's just what he played. 38 points the difference. The red next to the pink, I think, will go to the right corner. Certainly go to the middle.
Thirteen. 14.
He's just overrun with his position. Still needs another red and a colour. Nicely played. 50 points the difference.
21.
If he pots the red, 51 with 51 left. Great pot again. Potted a really good couple of pressure balls there.
Yeah, you can just see the confidence he has in his own cueing at the moment. Comes off the back of some good performances this week. This is shaping up to be another one. This has not been a straightforward break at all. He's not been on autopilot, the captain here. He's had to really work for these, but he's got his reward.
29.
A
obviously more important flukes than that, but it just stops any chance, I guess, of Gould playing on if he felt like it. He'd have preferred to have nailed the double in the last frame. Of course, he missed that green to the same pocket. But has made amends in this frame, and Ali Carter goes back in front. He looks, again, really focused and really up for this today, Carter. And he leads 2-1 with one more frame to come before the mid-session interval. And we'll have that frame for you the other side of this break.
At Booking.com, you'll find a wide range of accommodation, from sun-drenched holidays to weekend getaways, for every possible budget. And if you have to cancel, cancel. Most of the time it's free, and you can always book again. Booking.com, Booking.yeah.
In cinemas November 17, Justice League. Book tickets now.
The all-new Nissan Qashqai. Expect more with low monthly payments and 4.49% APR representative finance. Now available with up to £3,500 deposit contribution on selected grades with the Nissan Switch scheme.
2-1 to Ali Carter, and while we wait for him to return, we can just drop in on table one the match between Mark Selby and Robbie Williams. Selby in his seat at the moment. He's leading 2-1, but it's about to go 2-each. Robbie Williams is having a great tournament here. Beat Neil Robertson yesterday, beat Joe Perry previous round, and he's just on the cusp, as you can see. Snooker's already required of making it 2-2. Looking to reach what would be his second world ranking event semi-final. He was in that stage of the Indian Open 4 years ago, but this is a much bigger money event. And standing up to it against the world champion and the defending champion, of course, world number one, Mark Selby. Ali Carter, for the second time, is leading by the odd frame here. 2-1 against Martin Gould. This is the last frame before the interval. Quarter-finals day here at the International Snooker Championship.
Yes, and he breaks off, Ali Carter, and leaves a chance for Martin. These are the kind of balls that you've got to knock in nowadays.
century on table 1. So 2-2 with Mark Selby. They've just gone to the interval. Martin Gould, if you're just joining us, you've been getting little electric shocks off the table, it seems. Little static reactions. Ali Carr doesn't seem to have got any.
Well, he could just clip the edge of the red. And what a safety. And now it's Ali Carter who's got the problem. Could land up to the red that's closest to the left corner. Just a containing safety shot. Should be back down in the jaws of the yellow pocket, because that's where the problem is. Don't think he can get dead on the cushion behind the yellow. Got to try and hide those two reds by the black spot. And he's managed to do that. That was a good shot. It's trouble again. Didn't want the kiss. Would have been safe without the kiss. So Martin Gould has won the safety battle. gets into the next red, it's getting from the red to the next colour. That's the problem.
$19.
Well, wrong side of the blue, but he should be able to get between the brown and green to come back down the table. But it looks like there's only one red that he can play for with all those reds open. And a little bit too much side on the cue ball.
24.
He's out of position.
Martin Gould, 24.
Well, that's a good safety.
That's the thing, isn't it? If you do break down, it's important to play a good safety rather than allow it.
Shot back down the table. He may think that he's got to take this red on to the left corner, but it's very dangerous to take on. Very dangerous. Needs a bit of luck. And he got a little bit. Red to the middle, red to the left corner, but neither of them easy. Could have been so much easier than this. He's got it again.
Yeah, he's not just battling a great player, he's battling the elements, these little shocks he's getting. And it must affect his concentration, I guess, if he's worried about getting them when he gets down to play.
One.
Played it well. That was a good shot. Screwed it in with a lot of right-hand side on the cue ball to check it for one of the baulk colours, and he's on the green. He's not in, but this is not a bad chance. Could be nodding about the electric shots he's getting. It's going to be very disconcerting, that's for sure.
It's just a bit strange, isn't it? We haven't seen it from anyone else this week.
No, and strangely enough, we never saw it from
5.
anybody else but Graham Dott in the World Championship. But he's out of position there, out of ideal position. It's such an easy red. And he's overrun the position for the pink. That was a good chance to win the frame. I mean, he may still go for the pink, but he can't get closer to a red. Good pot. But now he's left with a difficult one down the cushion, down the left side of the table. Another good pot, and this time ideal position on the pink. save from Martin. Played for the two reds by the black spot. Wanted to be straight on those two. Well, he raises his hand because he played for the pink into the left corner. And he's finished nicely on it into the middle.
Seems the done thing, especially these days, to acknowledge flukes.
25.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been acknowledging that one. I'd have made him think that I played for it to the middle. Because it looked like he did.
26.
Etiquette has always been important in snooker. Just look how these guys are dressed. That'll tell you something about how the sport regards itself as a gentleman's sport. So many facets to the game, though, and the psychology is one of them. The mind games that goes on. It's a sort of psychological war at times.
Yes, with two people.
33.
Your opponent and yourself. And sometimes it's yourself that beats you.
Yes, the ultimate enemy is doubt. If you doubt yourself in a sport where you need to be so self-confident, it can be a killer. But he's still going here. He needs this red, and it should be 2-2 at the interval. So it's been an eventful match for Martin Gould. He's been getting sort of shocks off the table, but he's stayed strong, fully charged in this frame.
45.
Tried to bring the red off into play, but he won't be too bothered about that.
49.
So on as even as they prepare for the interval. There'll be 15 minutes pause before they return for the rest of this match.
49.
Break ends at 49, but Martin Gould has done the damage, and they head to the interval. As I say, all square with all to play for. Possible 7 frames remain in this quarter-final. An all-English affair here in Darching, and as they head to the dressing rooms, Ali Carter and Martin Gould level at 2-2. had to miss the first couple of events with the broken toe, playing catch-up. Quarter-finalist at the European Masters in Lamel. And maybe this is going to be his moment to take more silverware back to Leicester.
54. 56.
So Selby's won this frame. He's going to be 3-2 up. We're going to take a break to ensure we're back in time for the restart with Ali Carter and Martin Gould level at 2 frames all. getting us underway once more. 2-2 here with Allister, playing for a semi-final place in Darching at the International Snooker Championship.
Starts with a good break off. Cue ball close to the cushion. But you can't do anything about those kind of pots. Great pot, that, from Allister. Got him out of trouble.
Rainbow.
Couldn't play onto a colour. But as I say, got him out of trouble.
Allister's 1.
This is Martin Gould's first ranking event quarter-final since the German Masters last season. That was last February. Got to the semis where, of course, he lost to Carter. It's the only time they've ever played before. 6-2 to Carter. So, it's been a while. There's been a lot of tournaments since then.
Yeah, and a little unusual that they've only played once. Both players been on the tour quite a long time.
Yeah, it seems sometimes you get players who always seem to play each other. And sometimes, for whatever reason, players have just been kept apart.
Another nice safety, that, from Allister. Yes, and he caught that one well as well. That was a good shot, that, from where he was. And that shot's freed the black. An attacking safety. And that's tied the black back up again, but it's a good safety. Don't think he can see the red that's closest to the right corner, which would be the red that he could play safe off. Having a look at that red, but I don't think he can see it.
Foul and a miss.
Yes, and he's left a red on because he missed the red. Misjudged the speed, and that's a mistake. Doesn't often make those kind of mistakes, Allister. It's the speed that did him there, really. shot he's ever played. Needed to be closer to this red.
Six.
That was a better shot than it looked. Ideal position on the blue now.
Eleven.
Now, ideally like to get the black or pink back onto its spot. Make things a lot easier. Doesn't matter which one, it's going to go on the pink spot. And ideally I'd like to be on that red nearest the black spot. That would release two other reds into the left corner.
18.
Just hasn't come far enough. Can still pot it, can still get to the pink, but a little bit more difficult. It's straight like that.
19.
And it stopped him being on the pink nicely to get to the next red. So just one red to play for, that one near the left side cushion. And this isn't easy.
Undercard. 19.
Just never got ideal position on anything there.
Mark Selby has gone 4-2 in front against Robbie Williams. So maybe making his move after the interval. I don't think potting with the rest has ever been so good, has it? You know, you made that look so easy.
Yeah, exactly. It used to be a very difficult instrument, but so many people use it so well nowadays. All I can think of is that they must practice with the rest a lot. Still getting shocks.
I think as well, so many of the players, the top players now, started so young on full-size tables when obviously they were so small, they were using it a lot, maybe.
Mm.
Seven.
If the blue goes to the corner, not too bad. Can screw back for the red just above the black spot. Again, would have liked to have come back a little bit more.
12.
Difficult to avoid the reds now. It should be able to screw past them. Try and go around the two cushions for the blue. Just miss them.
13.
especially at that speed. It was always going to be over the pocket had he missed it.
One. Black 4.
Well, had to get that one because had he missed it, it could have been snookered next shot.
8. Alicat 8.
So Gould leads by 18 points, 2 reds on in this fifth frame. He's almost scared now to touch that table in case he gets a shock.
Oh, the double kiss. And he must have known it was going to be close, but decided to play it rather than the pot. Both shots were dangerous.
One.
Well, that's just about right to try and drop him behind the red. Well, you could tell that he wasn't happy with that as soon as he hit it.
8.
Got too much screw into the cue ball. And not easy to play a good safety. Maybe try and get the cue ball in behind the black. Problem with playing this shot, he could leave the red on.
Martin Gould 8.
Well, that was a very risky shot to play. And he may have left it. Why push it so far forward? So down to Alister now with just the green. That's difficult.
Yeah, similar to a couple of frames back, where eventually he played a double double and left the green on.
But this is more natural, if you like. He wasn't quite on it last time round. He's got it this time.
12.
And the other four colours are on their spots. Gould had a useful lead in this frame with a couple of balls awkward, but didn't close it down.
16.
Now played a poor positional shot from black to red, and then played a poor safety shot. So that's what's cost Martin Gould this frame. If he does lose it, it's looking like he will.
21.
Ali Carter back to go in front for the third time.
27.
Won a couple of frames like this yesterday against Murphy. In fact, after the interval, frames 5 and 6, one on the black, one on the pink. And he's won this one on the black with a good last red to black clearance. This time he did double the green. And so, as I say, for the third time today in this quarter-final here in Darching, Ali Carter has gone a frame in front. 3 frames from booking a place in the semi-finals. He leads 3-2. We're back shortly, live with frame 6.
Jello.
That's a great pot.
1.
And he's on the black. Not ideally, but just needs to drop it in dead weight and be on the red to the right corner. And he's still getting these shocks. Good pot. It's good to keep his concentration when these things are happening like this.
8.
Yeah, there's enough to think about, isn't there, in this game without worrying about electric shocks as well, just on top of it all.
17.
Now he's left an angle on the red
24.
to be able to bring more reds into play. Does he play it with screw or topspin? Played it with screw,
25.
and that's worked out very nicely. He's brought a lot of reds into play there. This is his fourth black.
Yeah, and his gazillionth electric shot there. Again, he's having to get up and very tentatively feel his way onto the rail.
Well, not ideally on the red.
For your information, Mark Selby
33.
Mark Selby has made his move on table one. He's 5-2 up now against Robbie Williams. Needs one more for victory. Meanwhile, Gould still on blacks.
40.
Yes, not anymore though. Had to go down
41.
for the blue. But he won't be too concerned. Frame more important.
Karen Wilson, happy enough though to see him play down for the blue. Of course, he made a maximum a couple of days ago against Martin. £5,000 will be his, plus the high break prize, which is 3,000 if no one else makes one.
46. 47.
Now again, he could play into the reds here. It looks like an ideal shot to try and find the gap between the pink and the red above it. You can't get through the gap, but if you can try and play into that gap. Let's see. Yeah, that's perfect. And he's on one to the middle. I expected him to be on an easier one than this, but he's on one to the middle.
$53.
And they're good shots. Have to be so accurate on those middle pockets. Now, destiny is in his hands.
Well, he's already his highest break of the match, but needs to keep
Red in the colour, and that should be the case. Oh, he's under-hit it. Unless one of these reds go.
66.
Looks like they do, so no problem. Well, only just
67.
the black needed. And this is just what he needed, Martin Gould, to get in with a great shot.
frame on the black.
83.
And for the third time, he's levelled the match, but this time he's done it with a big break.
$90. 91.
Yes, he's played well in this break.
98.
Gone into the reds when he needed to.
$99.
So Martin Gould's 7th century of the season coming up. Really nicely put together as well.
Yeah, and he needed it. Didn't want to go too behind.
It's his 4th century of the tournament.
$105.
Pink stays out, but a nice 105 from Martin Gould. And for the 3rd time today, he's levelled the match. Just a feeling this could go all the way to 6-5 either way. It's hard-fought stuff between these two fine match players, Ali Quater and Martin Gould, level at 3 frames all. $64-0, 5-2 in the match, 64-0, so a couple of balls away from wrapping it up here, Selby. It was 2-2 at the interval, but he's pulled away very strongly. Of course, he is the defending champion here. And longer matches certainly favour Selby, so the semi-finals are best of 17. Plays Quater or Gould, but we know from the World Championship, which he's won 3 times, that on the longer format, he is particularly strong. In fact, last year, when we got down to the 2-session matches, he beat Stuart Bingham 9-3 and Ding Junhui 10-1 to win the title. So that's effectively the winning ball. Mark Selby is going to be into the semi-finals tomorrow. A 6-2 winner over Robbie Williams. Looks like a very strong performance. He's struggled a couple of times this week to put matches away, but not today.
72.
Martin Gould has just had a break of 105 as he gets frame 7 underway of a possible 11. He's brought that red back up the table.
Yes, but managed to cover it, and he's pushed one to the right corner. And I think he's managed to cover it. the safety with the cue ball going back to the balk area and brought that red down the table, but it's not possible. Although could play the double. I thought he might have played the double there and been on the yellow had it gone in. Safe if it didn't.
We'll just confirm what we already know, which is that Mark Selby has won 6-2 against Robbie Williams. Had a great tournament, but it's ended in the quarterfinals. Selby plays the winner of the match we're watching now. Ali Carter won that fifth frame on the black. It looked like it could be a big moment, but Martin Gould just shrugged it off, came out, made a century. Next frame. He's that sort of character, I think, Martin Gould. He can just sort of get on with things. And he's never going to stop attacking, that's for sure.
Now, it looks like he's got a bit of confidence back, because he did have some poor results. I'm not sure what is left yet. I haven't had time to look at the table. Too busy looking at Ali Carter. So, no idea. Still haven't. Well, we do know that Martin Gould has got a chance with this red into the balk area. Not easy. And that was a very attacking shot that Ali played there. Good pot.
1.
Kiss could have been kinder. The yellow is on, but it is tough too. Doesn't refuse much.
But he's a very confident potter, always has been.
9. Ten.
And if he could get on this red to the right corner, that would lead him to the black. Well, he played the kiss to the two reds there.
15.
He's just looking to see how he's got through that gap, but there is room, but he's unfortunate because any kiss, and he'd been on this red quite easily. But right now he's got a tough one here, whether he takes this red near the black or the other one. The other one is probably going to have to play in and out of balk. So I could do without a kiss on those boat colours. Oh, wow. That was close.
16.
No idea where the cue ball was going to finish. And that's not ideal, but it's better than in the pocket.
Yes, this is snooker, not billiards, which gives us a chance to say congratulations to David Corsia, who won the World Billiards Championship yesterday in Leeds. Beat Peter Gilchrist in the final.
$21.
Yes, unfortunately, he couldn't do anything with the blue.
21.
But a good pace on the cue ball for the safety. Well, that was risky too. And it could have been a lot worse, that, for Martin. Full marks for taking the red on. Having missed the red, Allister's thinking I should be on something. Something easier. Well, chance for Allister. It's almost straight, the red. And if it is straight, he can't get closer to the black. That would leave a very difficult black. Or pink to the middle. It's a good pot, and he brought it back a little bit for the pink. So now a good chance for Ali Quater.
Yes, he's got that look in his eye again, hasn't he? Determination. Potted a great red in the opening frame, made 81 from it.
7.
Made 3 centuries against Stephen Maguire in the match they played in the last 32. And made another one yesterday against Sean Murphy.
14. 15. 21. 22.
Red by the black. But a chance to get 20 or 30 in front.
28. 29.
For the black this time round. And should be okay if he's not hampered over the red. 36. 37. Well, these 2 reds closest to the cushion, just got a glimpse there that one of those reds may be available. That would really open things up. Even more so now. Had the perfect angle on the black to play that shot.
44. 45.
So, if you could take these 2 reds, the one in the open and the one behind the black, won't need those 2 reds on the side cushion.
52. 53.
'Just working out the score. He's finished a little straight on the black, so he might play for the red. That's on the right side cushion. he tried to hit it. So Martin Gould, barring doubles,
60.
should be coming back to the table.
Alicat, 60.
So 60 from Carter to lead by 39 with 51 still on.
Oh, what about that? He played the double. Knew he wasn't leaving the red by the yellow. And is he unfortunate to have finished straight on the blue? He's got to take the more difficult pink. Good pot under pressure. Now, does he have an angle to stun out for the black?
7.
This is a very difficult shot. Another good pot and a nice angle on the black to move up towards that red to the green pocket. It's going to hit just above the middle pocket. Well, preferred to screw directly at it. Nothing wrong with that. It's got a good speed.
2.
Still an issue with little shocks he's getting.
So it looks like the brown could be the only problem for Martin Gould. Nicely played.
21.
So anything but straight on the green, and he can get to the brown. Well, I'm surprised he played it that way. He's finished straighter on the green than he wanted. Needed to play that just a fraction harder. Could have dropped him behind the brown. Well,
26.
he did well to get there. The way he was nodding, I thought that he couldn't get there. In fact, he's got too far. Another very good pot. Lots of side on the cue ball. Now then, one good pot. And he could take the lead for the first time. The difference between winning and losing those kind of shots.
Well, what a clearance this has turned out to be. What a pot on the blue. But again, it's that bravery that we were talking about. He'll take them on, Gould, and he'll get plenty, and for the first time, he's going to be in front if this black goes in. Started with that double on the red.
48.
And he's made the clearance. What a big moment that could be for Pinner's Martin Gould. Really stood up to it well there, and as I say, for the first time, he's now in front. Ali Carter made a 60 break. It didn't make any difference in the end. He just had to sit and watch the clearance, and it's Martin Gould who's leading here by 4 frames to 3.
Cup of tea.
Finish this is. Look at the 3 horses. The one in the middle looks... Oh, he's celebrating. Oh, he's celebrating too early. Where is the winning post? Oh, my... Unbelievable. And so is this.
Get better odds with Ladbrokes Racing Odds Boost in every race at Sedgefield today.
Even the horse looks embarrassed. Available from App Store and Google Play. When the fun stops, stop.
4-3 to Martin Gould. He made a cracking clearance there to take the lead for the first time, needing 2 more frames now to reach the semi-finals. We know that the winner of the match will play Mark Selby, who beat Robbie Williams 6-2 earlier on. Coming later, Judd Trump against Mark Allen will be the main match, 11:30 UK time, a couple of hours from now. And also there'll be action from John Higgins against Yan Bingtao. Should be a really interesting session. Exciting session to come later on, and exciting couple of frames here as well. If Gould can win the next, he puts the pressure on Carter, who's played some good stuff himself today. Made a 60 break, remember, in that last frame, but in the end it was rather stolen from him, and he stole that frame to go 3-2 up the 5th frame on the black. But Gould came out with a century, and now he's made a good clearance, and he's making Ali Carter wait here and gone out of the arena between frames. Of course, all the money earned will be going towards the world rankings. This is how it stands right now. Provisional rankings, says official there, but these are actually provisional rankings. Selby, of course, miles and miles in front. He's got more money, Selby, there than Ding and Trump 2 and 3 combined. Ronnie O'Sullivan, of course, already out, but the win in the English Open helped him up to 6th place provisionally. So Ali Carter was looking good to lead 4-3, but finds himself trailing after Martin Gould made that excellent clearance.
He's playing with renewed confidence, Martin Gould. This has been a very good match. High standard. And both players trying to win, going for the shots. Well, this red is on to the right corner, but the cue ball going into the reds, so it's very dangerous to take it on. But he's took on some very difficult balls today. Just got to temper it between being attacking and being foolish. And I think that's the right shot to play. Although didn't quite catch it thin enough. And again, caught it too thick. And this is a half chance. Great pot. In fact, got hold of it too well.
One.
Has it just come past the yellow? He's fortunate, and if it has, I suppose he deserved it from such a good pot. So nicely on the brown. Now, if he could take the red by the black spot, if it goes to that right corner, that frees the black spot and also leads him to the black. Oh, he's finished too straight on the blue. Well, brave shot to play. Didn't avoid the shot.
Well, a precarious manoeuvre for the referee, Wang Wei. He got there in the end.
Completely mishit that one. Played for the blue. May have to take the yellow. And again, not quite far enough. And I don't think he can get to the black with the angle that he's got. Super shot that with the rest. Screwing off the reds to finished perfectly on the blue. Now, as I say, if he could come down for that red next to the black, that really opens things up, and I think he can get there this time round.
$21. 22.
Oh, that didn't go according to plan.
27.
He's on a red to the left middle, but it could be awkward queuing.
$28.
So has the angle on the green to come down for that red next to the pink. May have to play it with a touch of right-hand side on the cue ball, which adds to the difficulty of the shot. Would prefer to play it with outside. And that couldn't have worked out any better. Ideal position on this red.
21.
Good play for the pink here, with the red being close to the black spot. This isn't straightforward. We've seen these miss before today. When you play them with stun and screw.
$29. 30.
Choice of black or pink. Now, which colour does he play for?
36.
He could leave a nice angle on the pink to try and play up for the cannon. He could screw back for the blue, which would give him a chance at the cannon. He could even play for the black. And these are all choices that he can see. I think I'd probably play for the pink. Just bring it back 3 or 4 inches, guaranteed to be on an angle. But he's played up. Well, may have played for the brown. Now he could drop the brown in, leave the cue ball on the cushion and play the snooker and not risk the cannon. Played the cannon, and it didn't work out. He played the cannon to the yellow. He could have played in behind the red, though, and played a good snooker.
Yeah, but this is how he plays. This is how Martin Gould has got to where he is in the game. He attacks, and he was looking to try and take it out in one visit.
Yep, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. It stood him in good stead so far.
Still attacking. Oh, what a pot that is. What a pot that is. That is a frame winner.
Yeah, it could be a match winner as well, because it's going to take him to 5-2, 5-3, sorry.
Well, how many other players would have took that on at that stage? That is really going for it. And like I say, this is how Martin Gould plays the game.
Brilliant. But got to finish it off now.
48.
Well, I'm not sure Ali could believe that. Another frame where he was in front. Another frame where Martin Gould has found a way back into it with some brave shot choices.
Well, I can't believe the clearance he's got there. It's one of the best clearances I've seen. Those reds tied up all over the place. That red by the yellow.
Yes, he's a sort of undemonstrative character who plays a very exciting game. He needs the blue here, and Quater needs a snooker. So, 2 frames running, Gould has really stolen things with some brilliant play. And now the pressure on Ali Quater, who led 3-2. winning a black ball frame himself, and now he's trailing 5-3, a 66 clearance to the pink from Martin Gould. Another brilliant performance from him to move to within a frame of a meeting with Mark Selby in the International Championship semi-finals. So Quater suddenly has it all to do, and he's not done much wrong, really. Martin Gould really going for it and leading here 5-3.
Bet Boost from William Hill lets you decide which odds you want to boost. All you need to do is select your market, go to your bet slip, hit boost, and then place your bet at the boosted price. Don't wait for enhanced or crowd-led prices. We're giving you your own bet boost every day to use on any sport. More choice, more control, and now available on Google Play. William Hill. This is more.
The all-new Nissan Qashqai.
Really well.